The sea have a footrest. If you doubt it, please run to us. Come, let's make it clearer for you. When bank of the river is mentioned, what comes to your mind? Outside the side of a river where sound is flushed, to which usually takes the footprint of people momentarily. To you now, we are talking about the sea, the waves, riverbank, and sand. Now, please, come back. You're welcome. Oluebube is usually suspicious in her moves, yet very curious to know things she did not know. Is it not the same to someone you know around? Check around. Do you want us to mention names? Anyways, it is natural with people except those whom have learned to control their urge, and others who place I don't care kind of attitude. You want us to tell you how beautiful and ruddy Oluebube is? Sorry, you are not interested. Just take a look and you will see how beautiful she is. Is she not beautiful? Miss Oluebube is from a small village of Abiaka situated at the old Ibeme ancient kingdom. The houses in this village can be numbered, yet they are so wealthy with lands, palm oil fruits, and agricultural produce. A lot of natural resources are found there, but because of their number, new faces are usually and easily noticed whenever they come. They are very friendly with strangers. Maybe it runs in their blood, but never look down on them, else sun will enter the person's eyes while at the ocean. Miss Oluebube used to go to the local oil mill station to militate the production of red oil, palm kernel, which is now raw material for the production of different modern cream seen today around the world. You can see how early she jumps out of the house, well dressed as she's going. You will not know that she works at the old oil mill farm because she will undress as she gets there. Let's continue with the village. Pineapple are moved in trucks to the nearby towns to market together with yams, plantain, and processed cassava. Palm oil are traded in drums to the north in that locality, so they are very productive, lucrative, and industrious. Idleness is far from the people of that town. Everyone is busy and engaged. They can ride bicycle a miles away, million miles away, to make sales. On one of those occasions, Oluebube was going to the oil mill station to work. She noticed several people entering into Mr. Osikapa's compound. She was enticed to look into the compound. Her eyes saw her ears without mirror. Crowds were not just entering the compound of this man, but they were also entering his hut in a fire. To understand, she could not understand why they are entering his room, as well as what they are going there to do. She thought of going to find out that moment, but that will cost her the wages of that day's work, as he who didn't work never eat, in theory. She resolved within to check it out after her day's work. Immediately as she finished her portion of the work that day, she hurriedly left to visit the prestigious room of Mr. Osikapa. It was already getting late before she got there. No one was seen. She supposed maybe they don't come by this hour of the day, so she wisely advised herself to make a beautiful U-turn. No one disobeys herself in such circumstances. The next day, she left her house very early in the morning. when it was still cloudy, her trap caught a very big rat at Mr. Osikapa's house. On arrival, she discovered no one was there on the queue. She was tempted to knock, but she hanged the hang on her as something told her to wait and see how others usually do it as they come in. At least she can be the second person since she's early. Yet she do not want to be late to work. What is she going to do? And she really need to discover what is actually going on. Soon, her youthful exuberance pushed her up again from where she was waiting to go back and knock, because time is not a friend. She paused and couldn't understand, asking herself, why is it looking as if they're on holiday today? Are they not going to come again today? The things that impatience can cause. No one wants to wait for anybody after all. It is the survival of the fittest world we find ourselves. Anage Akwana line abogananya, staring herself intentionally with these thoughts. She moved to the door. This time, raised her hand to either knock or clap, signifying a visitor is at the door. She was shocked to hear the crack on the door, showing it's about to be open. She tiptoed behind the house, silently like a kangaroo, trying to hide. Yes, the weather was cold because of Harmattan, yet she felt a heavy snow, seeing that it was a beautiful lady that came out of the room in a sneaky way, with the eyes looking round to know if somebody actually caught her. But to her guess, nobody see her coming out of the house. Her body and hair was looking unkempt. It was just obvious that she passed the night there, either with an allowance or promise of pension. Don't mind us. Initially, she was rushing so that no one will see her coming out of his house that early morning. To her, no one actually saw her, but then a fast leg always matches a fast eyes in an athlete. Miss Oluebube have gotten so many signs now, revealing to her the journey will not be fruitful, but half bread can never be better than none. That is for food, not in education or information. Data should be detailed, and half education can be dangerous. She was not just taken aback, in shock, because a lady walked out of a house of a handsome young girl at odd hours of the morning, but mostly from the room of a person whose recent happening around him is making a celebrity. So, it's possible for this girl on gown to see this lady hiding beside a stick, beside a tree, on jean, maybe even from the hair. Anyway, Miss Oluebube was brought back from her mind's excavation when she heard the voice of a young man coming for the same purpose others are clustering there for. Mr. Dike was just pleading to the air that let his own not be different, that the gods should open the eyes to see his challenges and the way out, especially as it is festive season, so that he can have enough money for the Yuletide. As he got to the house, to the door, Miss Oluebube flashily came out to stand at his back, as though she's just coming. She stood there to observe how the man, Mr. Dike, did it before entering. The knock is just once that Mr. Dike did. Then the person will wait to hear coming, waiting at the mat, and the person must be standing on the footmat or footrest in front of the door. After 15 minutes, as expected, was asked to come in which he did. Miss Oluebube made up her mind to hear from Mr. Dike as he comes out to know if the things are true. Quite frankly, as Mr. Wadike was stepping out of the room, his joy knew no bound, as it was seen all over him, in his jumping with a lifted hand jubilating. Miss Olubibe, being the second, quickly asks, "How far?" Because they have chatted before then, Mr. Dike just exclaimed, "He told me all my problems and solution. I knew it that he is a great person. He won't fail." Both were facing each other in this discussion. Miss Olubibe could not put it together. A man whom just passed the night with a whore enjoyed himself through the night with a good sex, now revealing things to people with a way out. Wonders shall never end. I must see through the end of all this. Anyways, whatever once, let it happen. She stepped on the footrest and knocked once, waiting for the time to hear coming. 15 minutes passed, 30 minutes passed, even 45 minutes. It was embarrassing because at the back have started murmuring, asking her to step out, that is others. She did moved away as the next person coming. She was asked to come in. She did again and was confronted with the door of rejection. Olubibe was disappointed. Why is my own different? What is happening? Why is it that I'm not asked to come in? She couldn't answer these questions, and these questions were bottling in her heart. Unfortunately, she was not the only one. Onwa Ojii, the son of Osikapa, who is the chief behind all this, was also frustrated inside. He could not comprehend why his mysterious footrest eyes could not unseen uncover anything regarding Olubibe. This was the first of such. Mr. Onwa Ojii, at the night of that day, rushed to the bank of the sea after attending to everybody except Olubibe. He rushed to the bank of the river where he picked the footmat to ask why such happened. No one was there to tell him anything. He concluded that Miss Olubibe have a mystic powers by which she used to blind his eyes and the eyes of its footrest. He took out time to monitor Olubibe. One day, he approached her, pleaded to her to be her friend. Miss Olubibe accepted after doing a little kind. The relationship continued smoothly as Olubibe did not know he was the person. He, at one fateful day, told her something has been eating him up. She asked to know what it was. He explained that she was the reason for his being troubled. At first, Miss Olubibe was not taking him serious, but when she found out that it was not a joke, she became serious. Miss Olubibe queried how. He asked her if she possesses some mystic power, but Olubibe said no. At first, he did not believe her, but she persisted even about getting angry while the question was coming if she has a mystic power. She persisted in angry. He apologized and properly introduced himself that he is the one people are rumoring about in the village, being Mr. Onwa Ojii, the son of Mr. Osikapa. Miss Olubibe flamed up, was taken aback a bit. So you are that big-headed and adulterous man who did not open your door for me to come in like others. So that is the trick through which you used to lure these ladies to yourself. and to your bed. When you refuse, they will come back to start begging. Then you will give them conditions of sleeping with you. So is that how you've been doing it, by locking them out? Just as you did to me? No, Mr. Onwa Ojii caught her there. No, far from it. These things are not used for personal aggrandizement. There is no one who was not attended to because of such thing you are claiming. You are accusing me, and I don't like that. Any of the girls who gave their bodies were lusting after power or fame, and the goods did not also allow you to say no to their seductive abilities, Abi? She queried. Kai, who knows what many have been thinking the times they have seen us together, you and I. That's why I am around you. Even my mystic footrest know you are different. Mystic footrest? Queried by Miss Olumbe. What did you just say, mystic footrest? Sorry, the man interrupted. What sorry? Nothing is wrong with me, so don't tell me sorry. Go ahead, open up. She assured him of being trustworthy. Please open up. I will not tell anyone. What do you mean by mystic footrest? Mr. Onwa Ojii told her that anyone who is standing on the footrest that is in front of his house, front of his door, has given him every information about them, both the past, present, and the future. The footrest before my house, before standing in front of my door, is not just an ordinary footrest. Once he is done assessing the information, he can there ask anyone to come in. But on her case, he explained, nothing was revealed to him. He was blocked out and he could not depict why. So that is the reason I want to know the source of your power. That is why I've been longing to be your friend, and we have been friends for a long time now. Ah, Miss Olumbe exclaimed. So you cunningly came to be my friend, and we have been friends just to know if I have mystic power, simply because your evil footmat, your mysterious footmat, was unable to reveal some information to you from me. Okay, what a touching story you've said. Let me look away from all this other one. She also expressed that right from that day she was being rejected, she has been bothered as she cannot tell why she was being rejected. It was so embarrassing that day because everyone was looking. Everyone was being accepted into your house, but I was not. He now asked her again, are there some special things you do before leaving your house? How do you have such a power? How were you able to do it that my mystic and mysterious footrest could not access any information about you? He still bothered over this. She explained that she can never leave her house, no matter how urgent it is, till she has read her Bible and prayed daily, innocently, without any form of selfish interest of pushing power to herself. But while she is doing that on a daily basis, powers are being added to her. Now I know your source. So that thing that you people call prayer that you do, most people do, actually works. Mr. Onwa Ojii from hence avoided serious-minded children of God with a lot of respect to them. His mind was now at peace that he has gotten reason why his evil footmates could not access any information about Miss Oluebube. Now Miss Oluebube asks, now that you have found the source of my power, now that you found the answer of what you are looking for, are we still going to be friends? Are we continue to be friends? Because this issue of friendship that you came from the beginning is just a lure, it's just very deceptive. There's nothing so emotional attached to it. Sorry, Miss Oluebube. Mr. Onwa Ojii continued. It's not because I've deceived you, but right from that day, my interest has been on you, not just to know the source of your power, but to also become closer to you, to know what you know, and to find out if my foot rests having a challenge. So I do not hate you. I don't have any ulterior motive around you. Sorry if you felt deceived. This is not to deceive you. But I've learned a lesson. And the lesson is every serious-minded child of God is to be avoided. And whenever someone steps on my footrest and I could not access any information from them, suspiciously, I will know that they are children of God and I will not be bothered. And I will know that they are serious-minded people in prayer. My mind is now relaxed. Thank you, Miss Oluebube, for setting me free all this time. And they ended the friendship, then departed. That is the story of the mysterious footrest. What a footrest. Footrest indeed. Thank you for tuning in to African Relaxing Tales of the G's. You're always welcome. If it blessed you, please like, share, and put a comment to give us feedback on what you think. We will always welcome your feedback. Please subscribe so that you not miss any of the details. There are a lot coming. Thank you so much.